The city of Chandler is in mourning today after losing 2 police officers last week. The funeral for Officer Bryant Holmes was held earlier today. He was killed by a red light runner last Tuesday. Officer David Payne was killed early Friday morning when his police motorcycle was struck by a drunk driver. Members of our Cronkite News investigative team interviewed Officer Payne just a few weeks ago to talk to him about an award he won for saving the life of a woman who had overdosed on heroin. Our reporter Lauren Hanley joins us now with Payne's story.
Brittany, Officer Payne was a 7-year veteran of the Chandler Police Force. He worked the traffic beat, spending many late nights working to keep our community safe. Officer Payne was kind enough to offer us access and interviews as we investigate the problem of heroin use across Arizona. Tonight we wanted to allow Payne himself to tell his experience of saving a life in his own words.
I showed up maybe 20 seconds after my beat partner did. He was already in the process of getting her out of the car. As I'm coming up to him, he's saying, "I don't think she's breathing." So I just turned around right then, ran back to my car and got a little CPR mask that we have. At the time, you really don't think about it. You know what you have to do, and so you just do it. Fire department showed up a few minutes later. Just prior to them showing up, we had got a pulse back from her, and then probably about another 3 or 4 breaths into it, she actually came around and she kind of, she regained consciousness again. It wasn't until probably the next couple of days that, the reality kind of soaked in. The other officer and I, after we investigated the scene, we actually went to the hospital just to kind of check on her, and just, kind of introduced ourselves, and, it was kind of an eye-opening moment for us and for her, of us basically telling her, you were dead. You were on the road, you weren't alive, you weren't breathing, you had no pulse. I think it was a real shocker for her. But for us, I think, at least for me anyway, it really kind of soaked in a couple days later. It was a good feeling afterwards, especially know that she was going to be okay. But at the time, it was just do what I have to do and get it done.
Officer Payne was 37 years old and leaves behind a 10-year-old daughter and a son due to be born next month. If you'd like to support his family, contact the 100 Club of Arizona.